Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to Ellis Mowers. I'm going to check in with y'all here with a real-time update on a Tuesday night here near the end of May now. Yeah, near the end of May. Hard to believe. Still going strong with mowers, which is nice. I've got all the riding mowers gone. That black Murray that I had finally left today for $350. I jumped for joy when it was gone. The guy thought that there was something wrong with the deck, so after he only lived a couple miles away. So after he got it home and cut with it, he originally told me he didn't want it to come get it, but then he figured out that he messed up on his end and it wasn't on mine. So that mower was great. It just kind of stinks that Murray's just don't bring any money and takes forever to sell. If it were a Craftsman, it would have been gone immediately. Anyways, if y'all have seen my Instagram post and whatnot, y'all have seen that I've done a couple of more push mowers. This one I actually got in on a trade for one of them. And this Ryobi is one of the very few that is left of what I bought. Let me tell you what I bought real quick. I got up, I guess it was a Sunday morning, and ended up finding 9 push mowers, a Husqvarna riding mower, and a rear tine tiller, all for $235. And the push mowers looked good, and I ended up getting ended up being able to get everything all fit on my little trailer in the back of my truck. And this Troy-Bilt's another one of them. It's kind of strange how things work, because this is kind of like deja vu. I've already done a self-propel swap on one of these already this year, and this is the second one that I had to do. Also, there'll be a video coming out in my queue about changing one of these over from an auto choke to a primer bulb setup, which is what I did with this one, just to make it a little bit more reliable. Runs good, self-propel works, and I got a bag for it because I got a trade-in. Here, I can show you how bad it looks. We'll get to that mower on the trailer in just a second. I'll show you how bad the deck looked on it, but the self-propel is functional. Had a Honda engine on it too. I got a trade-in for. You can see it's all eat out. It was actually like bowing up. It was so bad. But so I just took the self-propel off and put the self-propel on this one, because the one that was on it didn't work very well. Actually didn't work at all. And so now we got a good working self-propel mower, big wheel, probably worth $110. I might throw it on there for $120 just to see what happens, the way things are selling. That'll be number 7 and number 8 of the 9 that I got. Number 9 is in the lean-to back there. But yeah, in the course of 48 hours, I bought all of them, have fixed 8 of them, and sold 6 of them, which is mind-boggling. I did all that within 48 hours, basically. I mean, it was crazy. But it was a nice pick-me-up, because I was kind of stuck in a rut on the riders. So I've done a little bit more disassembling just to try and get, y'all saw all the decks and stuff I have in the back of the truck, because I know I've got what I believe is a good engine right here. This Honda engine runs. I just don't have an air filter for it, and I just need to figure out what deck I want to put it on. And in the lean-to, here's that Husqvarna that I got. He was asking $150 for all the push mowers, and then he asked $50 for this. He said that it's in good shape apart from the seat, which has obviously seen better days. However, I was told that it ran. I think it was a guy he was selling stuff for his dad. But as you can see, it hasn't been running a little while with all the leaves and stuff on it. I think it was sitting under a shelter, potentially. I'm not too sure. But as you can see, it has a bunch of crud on it. It's a 13 horsepower Kohler Command. And it's a pressure lube, so which is kind of cool. I could see where he had taken the switch off and was trying to, I guess, diagnose some issues with it. I was told it needs at the very least, a solenoid and a battery. The gas in it is still holding gas, and the gas smells a little old, but I can attest that most of the stuff that I got from them, there was no gas in, or if there was gas in it, there was a fuel stabilizer in it, because there was a couple that I was able to just pull and they cranked right up. So this is mower number 9 of that lot, which needs just a diaphragm at this point, which I'm just waiting on diaphragms in order to get that one going, and getting the other one in the garage going that I showed you. There's the tiller. It's a big old Craftsman rear tine. It needs a diaphragm as well. It has compression and it will run. So if the diaphragm doesn't fix it, carburetor will. In addition to all that, I don't know how many blades for $10. I'll show them to y'all. I'll count them, or we'll count them real quick. Well, we won't count them because there's so many of them. There's probably about 15 of them here. And then we'll talk about this nothing much that's sitting on my trailer right there. But here are all the blades that I got. I was like, what would you let me have blades for? He said, what do you think? I said, I'll do $10 for them. He's like, sold. So I got some 46-inch cut in there, a couple push mower blades. I mean, that blade right there alone's worth $10, so I think I did pretty well on that. Again, just some more scrap and stuff I got to take to the dump. We've just rusted out decks with broken mounts and stuff like that. We'll talk about this next. This is what was this? This is a Craftsman. That's not really a Craftsman, but it is kind of. I think it's called a Yard King or a Yard Pro. I can't remember which one it was. Oh, here we go. Yep, Yard Pro. It does not have the deck with it. I got this from the guy that bought the Murray riding mower from me. It was just sitting in his backyard. And I was like, how much, I'm already getting a good deal for the Murray. I was like, how much do you want, for this? And he's like, $50. And I was like, well, I took over. This was after I looked. It's got good, the 12-horse engine's got good compression on it. And I can always use a 12-horse flathead. So I was like, okay, I might as well, because it's got good bearings in the wheels, good tires, and stuff like that. Things that I was kind of looking for. And also a good steering rack, which is great, because I need one of those for my Craftsman with the opposed twin on it. You can see it's been sitting a while with moss growing in the seat. The transaxle still works, believe it or not. It shifts in and out of neutral, so it was actually relatively easy for me to get onto the trailer, which was kind of nice. No deck with it, but I'm sure the deck was completely trash because there's probably one of them 38-inch decks on it. Again, decent tires. I can throw tubes in and stuff like that. So for $50 in parts, I think it's worth it. Might be able to make something out of this and throw this motor on this Wizard over here, and maybe be able to make a good mower out of that. In terms of the riding mowers, that's kind of going to be my order of business for the rest of the week, hopefully. What I want to do first is I believe I can get this Husqvarna going relatively easily, and I don't think it's going to need too much, fingers crossed. Maybe just some air in the tires, a couple of tire tubes, and potentially a couple other small things. I just have not had time really to get to working on it yet. I was just trying to crank out a few push mowers and honestly do a little bit of cleaning up around here because it's getting a little rough looking. I just haven't picked up for the day, and so I'm going to work on things a little bit more. I'll give you an update on the Craftsman's. I've got a carburetor still on the way. I'm going to try the carburetor and see if it works. I'll let y'all know if it does. This is I know we touched on this earlier. This is a Service Star, which is actually exactly like a Murray. Just a little cheap deck. I've got a good 20-inch deck under the house. This one's got a broken deck mount on it. So I've got a carburetor diaphragm coming in. I'll swap the pull rope out on it, get the pull rope fixed, and this should be a good mower. Again, it's not going to be worth more than $50. I'll scrap this deck. Honestly, probably scrap the wheels too because they're in pretty rough shape. Probably just take the handle off and call it a day. Excuse me. Snapper, I have listed for $220. I would like people's input. Did I list it for too much money considering the condition that it is in? The bag, as you can see, I did some repair to the bag. I got it to where it works fine. 7 horsepower Intech works beautifully. Self-propel works fine. I just have this bungee strap because it would slowly slow down on me. But whenever you have the bungee on it, it'll stay at whatever speed you need it to. So it's not in perfect condition, but these things will go for like $400. I know Jason Pate, if you're watching it, the stuff that you sell up there is crazy high. So I figure for $220 it'd be worth it for somebody. I might lower it to $200 later in the week just to see if I can get it moving. Or shoot, I might just start using it myself. Who knows? But that's kind of the general update of what I've got going on here. Again, I've just got to do a lot of cleanup around here. I also want to disassemble the engine off of this pressure washer and get it out of the way too. Again, just cleaning some things out before I really do a couple of other things. We got a lot of rain and stuff coming this coming up week, and I've had a good few days of selling. So you got to clean up. It's part of the whole deal. And yeah, I think, like I said, I think that's about all I got for right now. Up to 1,550 subscribers, which is awesome. I appreciate all of y'all that are watching. We are clicking away with subscribers and all that good stuff right now. Real quick before I let you offline, I'll look up the next video that's coming down the line for you. But yeah, you know, grass is really still growing around here, and I'm just trying to get things out and get people cutting. I've got plenty of riders right here in the queue. More go out. There's more, or more go out and have a couple come in. It all works really well. Oh, cool! I got a little treat for y'all coming up next. I believe it is on a John Deere riding mower. It is. So it's actually on this. Here's my John Deere video that's going to drop tomorrow at 8. It's actually, if y'all been following me on this John Deere that's sitting in the back here, it ended up having an issue with one of the cylinders was bad in the twin cylinder engine. Spoiler alert. We have a 2-part series to figure that out, and I've used it. I had to take the deck off of it and use it on a better mower. Thing's got 800 and some hours on it. I can't believe it was running still, and who knows how long they ran it on one cylinder. But it I would like to do something with it because it's got a good transmission and stuff on it. I just don't know if I'll ever get around to it. Like, I've thought about putting the 14.5 over here on it from this MTD. I've thought about, well, the Husqvarna is getting the Intech. That's going to be coming up pretty soon. My Husqvarna is getting the Intech from this Troy built, and then I can start scrapping a couple of these mowers. Because this is the one I've just determined I think it's got a compression release issue and a crack block. So I'm not even going to worry with trying to fix this Kohler, because it's always a lost cause trying to do that. I would like to get this one in next after this other Husqvarna. I might also attempt to get this Wizard 14.5 horse one running. We'll just have to see how things go. But I think I'm going to be rolling with riders here for the next little while. I appreciate y'all watching as always. I know that some of y'all are like, well, why do you schedule out your videos like you do? Well, if I didn't, y'all be getting about 7 or 8 videos a week, and then in the off season I wouldn't have anything to show y'all, because I do a lot of other things in the off season. I don't work on mowers every day of the week. So that's kind of my reasoning behind that. But you'll see most of these, like I probably going to do the tiller video, definitely one on the Husqvarna. I just haven't done many of the push mowers because most of them have just needed simple fixes that I've shown many times on the channel. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching as always. Thank y'all for hearing me talk for 15 minutes about updates, but I know that a lot of y'all enjoy hearing what I'm working on, how things are going, what I am doing. And also somebody posed a good question later, or that might come into play later this year with the whole everything going on in the world right now, obviously. Places like Walmart aren't doing customer returns, and I get customer return mowers from Walmart every fall/winter. And so if they're not doing customer returns, am I going to get those? Who knows? I'll have to keep you posted on that. That'll be kind of a thing in the fall. We'll have to figure out if I can even get my hands on any at a reasonable price. We'll have to see. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If I have to go old school, I'll go old school and go sourcing for push mowers and stuff like I've been doing. Big lots of old push mowers and fix them, sell them. Lots of riding mowers, fix them, sell them. Riders have made good money this year. So we'll see what happens. Still months away, but I appreciate y'all watching. Again, you can always catch me on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers 09. Thanks for all the support you give me on all of these platforms. Continuing to grow this channel. And hopefully I'm providing y'all with good content. Thanks again. See you on the next video.